My friend, come here. Huh? I'm very sorry, but I have to kill you.
Hey, I'll catch you guys later. I gotta go.
Oh, dude. Are you alright, man?
I really gotta get going though, dude. You go. Catch you later, dude. I'll see you later. Peace out.
Our goal for today is to photo scan our studio and the loading dock and get a 3D model and a digital recreation of our entire workspace.
So this is the Leica BLK360. It's a 3D scanner using LiDAR. It's also got HDR imagery capabilities, typically used more in the construction space and capturing 3D scenes. But now we're starting to get into getting some traction in the visual effects industry, and that's why we kind of teamed up with you guys to try and check out some of those workflows.
Previously, when we film a video, like Boston Dynamics for example, when we have to render out our 3D models of characters, we'll use something like an Insta360 camera here, because basically we can take multiple photos of an environment and create an HDR image. And that HDR image allows us to relight the environment and basically tell our 3D models where the light sources are, and it also adds realistic reflections for that real world environment. So the whole Boston Dynamics videos, you can watch this. Every single shot of the robot there is using an HDR map that we took during that shot on set. And that's what helps those robots just blend in so well with the environment. However, there was one small issue that led us to have to basically redo that lighting. When you scan a 360 HDR of an environment, you're basically getting a giant sphere. That's what your image ends up looking like. You get a sphere that surrounds your environment. The problem though is that that sphere, it's not in 3 dimensions here, it's in 2. Imagine I'm inside a sphere here of light, but the problem is that when you scan it in 2 dimensions, that light sphere has to kind of move with you because it's at an infinite distance. It doesn't actually move with your scene or anything like that. So when you have an issue like this, where you have a scene that has a single top light, when you scan your HDR, whenever the character is standing directly beneath the light, it's going to look completely natural. But suddenly, if the character steps in 3D space away from it, that 360 HDR, it's not going to move away. It's going to stick with your scene. So when it came time to render that video and light it and do all that stuff, we had to basically go through and in 3 dimensions put light sources back where they were. When you start using this and you have the LiDAR that actually scans your environment in 3 dimensions, you can feasibly have a fully functioning 3D lighting environment. So yeah, basically it makes it so your lights stick where they need to be.
The musician upstairs is playing some extra like technology-driven music right now, so it's perfect.
Technology-driven music. Inspired by technology.
Inspired by technology.
Are we gonna have to like run and hide?
Oh, yeah, so if you want to get your best, cleanest stuff, you have 2 options. Yeah, you can run and hide behind something, or you can do a little BLK 360 dance. Safest spot is if you're looking at the Leica sign.
Okay. I'll try to stay there.
It would be great to do like the HDR scan, because I'm okay with the extra data, because we can definitely use it.
So how long does that take scanning wise then?
So scanning, if we did medium resolution point cloud, which is typically you're probably putting around about 15 million points, and then the HDR turned on, it'll take about 4 minutes.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
I guess I'll see you guys on the other side.
See you guys in 420.
Yeah, right.
Blast door open. Blast pad acquired.
What is this?
This is a crash pad. I've been wanting one of these my entire life.
What's a crash pad?
Crash pad is what you can jump onto from high distances and not hurt yourself.
Is this what the big Hollywood stunt guys use?
This is what the big Hollywood stunt guys use. In fact, we bought it from big Hollywood stunt guys. Oh,
Snap. Is that what I think it is?
I got it. Okay. You want to do one hop? One hop and we open in 5 seconds.
I'll do a
Bust a quick stunt, dude?
yeah. I'll do an
Can you bust
inaugural
a
hop.
stunt?
I'll do it.
Oh shit! Yeah, we want this side.
You're supposed to break it in.
Inside of the-
Wait, Nico.
Yeah.
You said how do you break it in?
Yeah, how do you break it in?
Let me show you.
Wow.
A little bit, a
was
couple
like
hundred
right on
times.
my
I gotta feel it out.
Nico, be careful.
Oh, it's stiff.
Remember what Brett taught you.
Remember what Brett taught me?
Don't use those hands.
Don't use hands.
Don't use hands.
Don't use your hands.
Wait, Clint, let me clothesline you.
Yeah.
Do you want me to do a backflip or do you want me to just?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what I'm hitting. It's just the back. It's just the back of the like with something else. Just go. The idea is we can do like diving. Wow. Woo!
Nice.
Hey. If we put this under the railing, you guys.
Oh, that just hurt.
Ren, the question is, man, what does it taste like?
I just can't taste right now. My brain molecules.
Did it actually hurt?
This is supposed to be safe, Nico.
It is safe. Ren doesn't have brain damage. He's just always like that.
It's just, my head. I have a huge headache now, like instantaneous bad headache.
Dang! Ren doesn't have a crash pad inside of the skull, so his brain's still hitting the skull.
A few moments later.
You have too much to live. Don't do it, Ren!
While we wait for Ren.
Ren!
This is quite a bit higher when you're up here.
Do a flip!
There's so much nonsense around.
Ren, you're just following your cat instincts. Come down. This is not safe.
Okay.
I think we can do that one though.
Nice. 3, 2, 1.
That's pain. Oh, sick. Careful, Ren.
I like how we're doing this around the most dangerous things we could be doing this around. Like there's a guillotine here. There's
E-bikes, a computer.
expensive computer gear.
Something to show you guys.
Do I?
Yeah.
I was just gonna do a side.
Dude, that's like how you execute someone. Like, Ren, my friend, come here. Huh? I'm very sorry, but I have to kill you.
So, loading dock's done. We're gonna start we're gonna chart our course from the loading dock back into the studio.
This one company overseas a few years ago where they were testing it out they did models, they shot models, like literally people. And I saw they were doing some funky stuff where they purposely had the models like moving with the scanner. So they would, in the end, like talk about some janky things. You can see a long person, but in 3D then, so the same as a panorama.
A 3D squish.
A 3D squish.
Oh man.
The scans work.
This will be obviously a much denser point cloud once we're done, but it's just
Sure.
like
I mean, it
about-
already looks super great.
Here I am trying to do the schedule for next week, and
But no.
Sam's offering me beer.
that's a tough sell.
So the scan's done. How many scans was that? Like we went through the loading dock, through the hallway, studio, and a couple of the cool rooms here.
Yeah, so we did about 13, 14 scans.
Oh my gosh. All right, so
yeah.
okay, so how are we gonna put all this data together?
Sure. So yeah, in the process, we kind of usually say registration, alignment, stitching together. When I say any of those, I mean all the same thing. It's all these scans really don't know where they are in 3D space, so it all comes to overlapping data. So every time we set it up, we make sure there's overlapping data between those, and then essentially like putting a puzzle together. Here's an example of a top-down view of the scans we've taken. These chunks, this chunk over here is one bundle that's all been together, and I've got two other scans that have not been registered yet. So all I have to do, I know this was over in front of the airsoft stuff, so if I just hit this link, press this scan right here, we've now got this top down just between these two, and we'll hit optimize and just see it snaps them together. We hit create link. So we'll do that one more time with this scan over here, just get it close to where it should be, say hey, register with that one, hit optimize, and it snaps it together.
Oh my god.
Create link.
That's so stupidly easy looking.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, because like piecing multiple scans together is by far the most difficult thing I've ever tried to do. So like when we were doing that anime self-driving cars video,
Yeah.
when we did our full road scan, we needed a longer road than the actual piece we
sure.
scanned. So I ended up just duplicating it and aligning it, and but the problem is that the road texture was pretty good. The seams kind of killed the whole thing, which led us to basically just making our own road over the whole thing and just calling it a day. So there were still seams all over the place in the video,
Sure.
but they're flying by so fast you can't see it.
Yeah.
But
Absolutely.
I wish there was like something like this when we were doing that.
Yeah, because this is in a point cloud format right now too, it kind of meshes, well, shouldn't use meshing, but
Yeah.
It comes together a little bit more seamless. Again, now it's just the point cloud, and then depending on, what you want to use it afterwards, I mean, you can do things like mesh this data and texture it, or like I said, using it for reference and the HDR stuff.
Like we're trying to get to having a full version of this model that we can use for upcoming videos and potentially even to, you know, use as a virtual tour for anyone who wants to see what our studio is like.
Pick a point, tap the screen, and then
God,
you know,
you can
find a
measure.
point. Just
So you can just measure it. Oh my God, that's so cool.
yeah, and you can change it obviously in units and stuff. But anything you can see on here, you can just pull a measurement on. You can zoom in on it. Yeah, exactly, and that's like I said, that's what it's kind of made for. But so many other applications you can. Right?
When you go to the map in the point cloud view, that overhead view,
Like that sci-fi.
that's like it's like every video game you've ever played. It's like this is what you're looking at, you know.
And then like the 3D version is like some like Ocean's 11 shit. Like we're
Yeah.
like, all right, we
Yeah.
got the maps of the place. You know,
Yeah, when they're
sneak
flying
into-
through,
yeah.
we gotta go through the elevator shaft and then you know, break into the vault.
So we have to process this data first before we mess with it because it's just a preview, and then after that we get to figure out how we want to play with it.
Yeah, absolutely. Next steps to come.
Yeah, well, yeah, man. Thank you so much for coming by, making the time to come out here.
Yeah.
I know you have a packed schedule showing. Everyone wants to see this.
Yeah, right.
So I'm really glad we got to do this, and hopefully we can get this out to you guys, so that way you can take a look and see what our studio's like without having to fly out here.
Yeah.
The most convenient
Or work
thing.
here.
Or work here. Yeah.
We must jump from higher things.
The ground is not high enough. Ren, we gotta work our way up to it.
Ren's like ready for
We
it.
gotta work our way up to it.
Push to the cliff. Jump.
Ren, we gotta work our way up to it. God dang it.
Don't do it, Ren. Wait, Clint.
Someone else warm up first. Here, I'll start from here.
You landing your back?
No, I'm not landing on my back. I'm just gonna land on my feet. Yeah, see, it's super easy.
Everybody, there are proper ways to fall
Yeah.
on a crash pad. We are having fun breaking it in, but
Hang on, man. Hang on. Hang on.
hang on. Dude, you're doing on rubber. Ready? So if you want a more cushioned fall, are you able to, are you supposed to hold it?
They have bigger ones. For
12 inch? Like even if you, no, but if you hold it and get the thickness.
I don't think that makes sense.
That almost just took the camera out, dude. I know.
You see his shoe went up there.
I wouldn't fall off that railing onto my back. That would definitely hurt.
Nico. Go, Nico. Dude, that corner. Oh.
Gotta learn the ways. Still hurts my brain.
Hopefully we can use this for some cool videos in the future, right?
Yeah, that's what we can fall onto now. Anytime we need to jump off something. It's a little stiff.
Hey, check this out, check this out. Hey, Nick!
Yeah.
I gotta go. Nico, I'll catch you later. I'll see you later. Peace out.
Oh, did you actually hurt yourself because you didn't take your backpack off?
No, for real, I gotta go though. I gotta go. I'll catch you guys.
Dude, get out of here, man. You're
All right,
fucking crazy.
Wait, grab your phone. We gotta do. Whoa!
Oh, it smells bad. Oh my god.
I would double check your pants, man. That one didn't fit the air.
See you, dude. Dude, I gotta keep. All right, for real.
He forgot his bag.
Move the crash pad. Move it. Move it. Okay.
And haven't we bullied Clint enough, guys?
Dude, oh, I get it. Boss Town 3. Boss Town 3.
Oh, yeah, hey.
Okay.
Filming Boss on 3 right now, Clint.
Hey, where are you going? Hey, are you Clint?
That's what it'd be like to fall on your one wheel without guards.